Today, I'm going to be rebuilding the worst team in the Steph Curry era in NBA 2K26. And this is going to take place in the 2017 season. Pretty much the last year of Kyrie Irving in Cleveland, the start of the Warriors mini dynasty. At this point, they only have one ring, but they ended up winning in 2017 and 2018. And if you go through all the overalls, the worst team at this time is the team that ended up signing LeBron James a couple years later, the LA Lakers. Before we get back into today's rebuild, I want to give a word from today's sponsor, ESPN Bet. This is honestly the best sports time of the year, in my opinion. We have the NFL and college football at the start of the seasons. We have so much football to look forward to, and you can get in on the action with ESPN Bet. You could play bets this weekend. You look at futures, and it's not just football that's going on. You have the WNBA playoffs. You have the MLB playoffs starting up in a week as well. The NBA preseason is in 2 weeks, and the season starts in a month. You have college basketball starting in a month and a half as well. This is the best time to be a sports fan. You got the Ryder Cup as well. Literally so much is going on, and ESPN Bet is the place to be as well because of their updated app this year, which is completely reinvented, and especially their fan center feature where you can have a personalized experience for you in the ESPN Bet app. They run a great promotion for you guys, my viewers as well, where you could bet $10 and get $100 in football bets this upcoming season. Make sure to use my link or the code 6RINGS, SIXRINGS, no spaces, all capitals. You can see it on your screen now. And thank you again to ESPN Bet for sponsoring today's video. And this Lakers team is just fascinating to look at because Kobe retired at the end of the 2016 season. So now we don't have Kobe Bryant. We have a young Brandon Ingram. We have a young D'Angelo Russell. They would end up getting the number 2 overall pick and having honestly a really good 2017 draft. It's funny because Lonzo at number 2, probably a bust, yeah, for the 2nd overall pick. They used them in the AD trade, not like it mattered too much, but they got Kyle Kuzma and Josh Hart later in that draft as well. So we have Lou Will, D'Angelo Russell, still a young Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, Ingram, Nance Jr., Ivica Zubac, who then 2 years later, Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka traded for Mike Muscala, an aging Timothy Mozgov and Nick Young and Luol Deng. Still, oh god, yeah, 4 years, 72 remaining. That's going to be fun. It's funny looking at this roster because D'Lo still playing today here in 2026 for a playoff caliber-ish team in the Dallas Mavericks. Lou Will's retired, but Randall just got paid a lot of money. Another basically $100 million deal from Minnesota. Jordan Clarkson is going to be on the Knicks this year, and it's still a prominent role. Brandon Ingram's getting paid $40 million a year. Zubac is one of the best centers in the NBA. Nance Jr., I'm sure, is going to be in the Cavs rotation this season. And then, obviously, yeah, the 2017 draft, where we should have a couple first-round picks. Like it says the Sixers may have our first. I'm going to make sure all that is accurate. Yeah, our first round pick, top 3 protected to Philadelphia. I think that was more was it actually top 3 protected in the 2017 draft and then they had it in the 2018 draft? Because I know the Lakers didn't have their first then. I'll make sure that's accurate. Either way, we want to be bad this year because I want to keep my first round pick. So in the offseason, they essentially traded D'Lo for Brook Lopez and gave up D'Angelo, Russell in the process because they had Lonzo Ball come into the mix. So yeah, this is the worst team here. I expect to be the worst team this season. Is Philadelphia, I guess they were better, right? Because Philadelphia still was bad, but I think Embiid was hurt this season, right? And they had a rookie Ben Simmons who was also hurt. Well, Embiid did come back. No, Embiid did play in the 2017 season. But they have Okafor, Rocco, Dario Saric, Nerlens Noel, so many bigs on this team. We start off 1-2 this season. I got offered Derrick Jones Jr., good player today for Larry Nance Jr. We are 3-4. Okay, you guys are winning too many games right now. I need to make sure we keep our first round pick. Okay, this team has won 11 games so far. I don't get it. We recently lost D'Angelo Russell for 4 to 6 weeks with a severe right ankle sprain. D'Lo, 43, 33, 85 splits. I don't love that. Just funny seeing Marcelo Huertas on this team and Jose Calderon. Lou Will is going to be a prime trade candidate. Honestly, I should trade him today. And I'm going to do this trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I thought I was going to trade Lou Will for maybe a first round pick, but I'm going to get a very young Domantas Sabonis who was traded from Orlando to OKC in the 2016 offseason in that Serge Ibaka deal along with Victor Oladipo. So he hasn't broken out by any means for the Thunder. I'm going to be getting him and Anthony Morrow. I just don't think he's got a player option good. We're going to get 4 years of control with Sabonis. This could be a Sabonis Randall front court, a Sabonis Zubac front court at one point, and we're going to trade Lou Will and Nick Young in the process. I'm literally starting Luol Deng out there. Oh my god, that contract is just so bad. It's so bad. All right, so we're 16-28, much better right now since I do want to keep my first round pick. We need the Suns to pass us. We know they ended up taking Josh Jackson. We need the Thunder to pass us as well. I mean, the Thunder were a playoff team in 2017, even with no, oh, well, Russell Westbrook is hurt. That is going to be big because Russ won MVP in 2017. The Pelicans are terrible. This was the first year that they traded, or yeah, I think they got DeMarcus Cousins this year, so I guess they were pretty bad before that, right? I mean, they didn't even make the playoffs that season. Charlotte's really bad as well. They ended up with Malik Monk. And we are here at the trade deadline. I also wanted to mess with the shot tendencies a little bit more as well. Like, I don't mind upping D'Lo. I don't know if I would trade D'Lo, like, right now. Clarkson, 4 years, 50 million. I would like to get out of that in the offseason. I could definitely find a team to take that because he's young, and I think they can look for his, like, microwave scoring. Like, Brandon Ingram needs to shoot the ball a lot more. Like, he should be up there with D'Angelo Russell with the amount of touches and shots he should get a night. I'm fine with Zubats there. And then anybody else I'm like intrigued about, not Thomas Robinson, not Mickey Ellis. I thought that was Monta Ellis, but I think it's just an auto-generated guy. We have Meta World Peace, Thomas Robinson, one of the bigger busts from the 2010s, from that 2012 draft. So the only guy I think I would trade here, oh my god, just the Mozgov and Deng contracts are so bad. What were you doing in 2016? Was this Mitch Kupchak at the time still running the show? I mean, Anthony Morrow, I could have maybe got some seconds for, but he's hurt. Sabonis has back spasms. He's out 1 to 2 weeks. Nance, I mean, he's a solid player, but he could be a free agent, right? I mean, no, I actually have him under great team control for the next 3 years. I mean, the Lakers drafted well. It helped that they had a lot of like top draft picks, but we have like loads of talent on the younger side here. So hopefully things will be okay going forward. There goes Timothy Mozgov for 1 to 2 weeks. And yeah, we're going to go past contract extension deadline. We now just took sole reign of the 15th seed in the Western Conference. Good. And these are the old lottery odds as well. Oh man, it is going to be a race with us, Phoenix, Dallas, and us, Phoenix, and New Orleans for the worst spot in the West. Now, the Kings ended up getting De'Aaron Fox, I believe, with their pick from the 2017 season, but they also had, I think, the 10th overall pick that they traded out of. Portland went up to take Zach Collins, and that was from the Pelicans, who ended up trading for DeMarcus Cousins. Maybe I trade for DeMarcus Cousins. And the only team currently worse than us in the East is the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, I'm surprised they weren't a worse overall. Like, how are they a better overall than the Lakers? I don't know, but this is good. Keep losing. No, how did we go on a 3-game winning streak? Harden, how did you not beat me? Is Chris Paul hurt? They got Tower Ennis playing 29 minutes a night, maybe. We ended up beating the Bucks by 2. Giannis, I need you to do better. We beat the Nuggets by 19. How old is Nikola Jokic in this? Jokic is 22, but he's an 88 overall. I just love the old Minnesota logo. Luol Deng's hurt, but we lose to Minnesota by 7, which is huge. Minnesota, obviously, well, they traded for Jimmy Butler with the 7th overall pick. That ended up being Markkanen. We beat Portland. That's not good. Please beat us, Washington. There we go. Minnesota helping us out. 2 big losses. Lose to the Clippers. But we beat the Grizzlies by 20. D'Lo, I don't need you to do that. Please beat us. San Antonio should beat us. We're on the road. Good. Only by 3. Pau Gasol with 21 and 9. D'Lo with 19. Randall, 18, 14, and 5. Randall's had a good year. Sacramento, though, beat us. Wow, they won by 1. So they have DeMarcus Cousins. Rudy Gay. That's not good. Minnesota, you beat me plenty. Please beat me. Oh my god, we beat them. And now we're the 14th seed. Why are we winning games when they don't matter? We need to do a better job tanking. We're tied with New Orleans. Phoenix is right there. Orlando and Brooklyn are right there as well. This is a massive game here against the Pelicans. Please lose. Let's go. Let's go. I've never been more excited about a loss. We end up losing 98-94. The Warriors have 54 wins. They should be able to beat us, and they do. Okay, so LeBron ends up winning the 2017 MVP, not Russell Westbrook. Ben Simmons wins Rookie of the Year. This ended up being Brogdon, who was going up against Joel Embiid, I believe, and Brandon Ingram from that class. Jared Sullinger in Toronto, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis wins Depoy. Jokic, Most Improved. Ty Lue, Coach of the Year. And then the Clippers GM, Executive of the Year. I don't know if that'd be Michael Winger Snell, or no, I guess it would be Lawrence Frank at the time. So you have LeBron, Russ, Harden, KD, and Jokic all on All-NBA first team. So no Steph, but Draymond Green on All-NBA second team with Giannis, John Wall, who recently retired, Chris Paul. Oh no, he's still in Los Angeles. I'm dumb. He didn't go to the Rockets till the 2018 and 19 seasons, right? And then he was traded in. Yeah, he only spent, 2 years in Houston, which is kind of crazy. And then DeMarcus Cousins on All-NBA second team as well in Sacramento. Kawhi, Kyrie, Paul George, Dame, and Drummond All-NBA third team. Here's all defensive first team. I would say Drummond and Harden are kind of shockers, dude. Drummond in some of these rebuilds is just out of his mind with rebounds. 17 a night. Then you had Simmons, Wall, LeBron, KD, and Whiteside on all defensive second team. Here's our rookie first team, Billy Hernangomez of the Knicks. I was really excited about him as a Knicks fan. Brogdon, Dario Saric, who had a really good playoff game, I think the following year against Boston. Ben Simmons as well. 3 Sixers with rookie eligibility. Then you had Buddy Hield, Scala Bissiere, Marquise Chris, Jamal Murray, and Zubats. There we go, on all rookie second team. Zubats being a second rounder in the 2016 draft. Like, did Steph get hurt this year? How bad was the Steph injury? Oh my God, he averaged 34 points, but he wasn't eligible for anything because he only played 35 games. Oh no, what happened? Did he tear his ACL? That would kind of change the course. Okay, he ruptured his Achilles. So we know KD had the Achilles injury in 2019. Clay had those back-to-back injuries in 2019 and 2020. Steph in this one takes the Achilles injury. That is not good. So D'Lo, 19 points. I mean, he's still 21. It really depends who we land in the draft. Like, if I take Markelle Fultz and I want to develop Fultz, I'm moving on from D'Lo. Or even if I get Donovan Mitchell, I don't know if Donovan Mitchell and D'Lo would work, but if I ended up with like a Jason Tatum or a, like, if it's like, I don't know, John Collins or Bam Adebayo, then I would keep D'Lo going forward, but we'll see what we're going to do with him. Jordan Clarkson, not a good three-point shooting season, but Randall, encouraging for sure. Hopefully he can get better as a three-point shooter. I think I need Ingram to be a little bit better, but he was a rookie, still a teenager. Zubats was solid. Nance was solid as a backup big. Everybody else down here is pretty much irrelevant outside of Domantas Sabonis, who's going to be in our rotation again next year. Let's see who goes to the conference finals in the 2017 season. Sacramento beats an injured Kawhi. DeMarcus Cousins gets his first playoff series as an AT. They're taking on the Utah Jazz with Gordon Hayward, who ended up leaving to Boston this offseason, Rudy Gobert, and then they replaced Gordon Hayward with Mitchell, a much better player. You have the Warriors there advancing, going up against Memphis, grit and grind, still aging along. That would be a fun rebuild to do with the grit and grind Grizzlies. You have LeBron going up against the Wizards, and then you have Toronto going up against Boston with a young Jaylen Brown. And who else is on the team? Yeah, Isaiah Thomas. They lost in the conference finals, but LeBronto could happen again. Golden State versus Sacramento in the Bay Area, and DeMarcus Cousins, okay, just put up 24-10 throughout the playoffs. The 8-seeded Kings beat the Spurs in 6, Jazz in 7, and they beat Kevin Durant and the Warriors with Clay and Draymond still. This is still a finals team. They blew them out in game 7 because Rudy Gay, DeMarcus Cousins, Darren Collison, Garrett Temple, Scala Bissiere, Willie. I can't believe they drafted Willie Cauley-Stein when they had Cousins at the time. Maybe they thought they could play together. Oh, this is going to be the easiest sweep ever for LeBron. Yep. They ended up winning at 5. LeBron, finals MVP, 25-7 and 10, 56-57, or 56-41, 57 splits. Could not hit a free throw. He did own Toronto in the conference finals. You're going to see Jason Terry, Nazar Muhammad, Meta World Peace, Mike Miller, Andre Miller, Elton Brand, Richard Jefferson, Birdman, Manu. So technically, like, all these guys retiring, technically the Cavs just went back-to-back, starting a little bit of a dynasty. Maybe LeBron is never going to sign with the Lakers. I don't think I'm going to sign him today. So yeah, we're going to have a new timeout system, all-star captains, bunch of teams are going to be rebranding. Wow, a lot of teams are going to be rebranding. All right, so we are going to reject, actually, no, I have to add the new timeout system, do that, and then change the number of fouls required before a player's fouls out to 2? That's a thing? Wait, change the number, I'm reading that right. Oh my God, I kind of want to see that. Like, I'm not going to do it because it could ruin it. I'm going to do this in my free time, but I didn't know you could change the amount of fouls to 2. 2 fouls and they're done. People will be fouling out 2 minutes into the game. The worst team will have improved odds. No, I don't think we have to do that, and let's reject that. Okay, so here we go. Draft lottery. We are projected there at number 2. That needs to stay. I do believe we own the pick there at 12. I don't know if that's from like the Lou Williams trade. I don't know though, because did they trade him and then bring him back? I don't know. All right, so this is about to be an interesting draft lottery for sure. So like real life, the Miami Heat are going to get the 14th overall pick. They almost went on that like final run with Dwayne Wade that season at least. I think that was still Dwayne Wade, or that was like a Josh Richardson season. Knicks there at 13, Lakers there at 12, but that's from the Rockets, who I guess did not make the playoffs with Harden there in 2017, even though, yeah, the Rockets beat the Thunder in 6 in 2017. Blazers there at number 11. They ended up getting like, they had to trade up for number 10. Bucks there at number 10. They made the playoffs, I believe, in 2017. Pistons there at 9. They picked a little bit later, like 12 or whatever, to get Luke Kennard, maybe 13. Mavericks there at 8, around the range where they did pick in real life because they got Dennis Smith Jr. The Knicks were around that range too, and they're at 13 here. Thunder are not at number 7. It's the Kings there at number 7. Okay, so yes, the picks are accurate, but the trades like aren't. So like, technically DeMarcus Cousins should be on the Pelicans, and the Kings should not have the Pelicans pick. Like, either way, you kind of realize that. So the Suns there at number 5. They picked number 4 in real life. So yeah, the Kings get the Pelicans pick, but they didn't have to give up Cousins. Don't be us. Okay, thank God. Hornets are at number 4. Our pick is top 3 protected. Thank God. Thank God. The lottery gods are on the big market Lakers side. Are we going to get number 2 again, or am I getting number 1? Am I getting number 1? And we're staying at number 2. Okay, so like real life, we're getting number 2. And then who gets number 1? Yep. Okay, like kind of real life. Yeah, the Celtics did win the lottery in 2017, but they knew that Jason Tatum was going to be there at 3, and they traded down. It was a phenomenal trade and basically gave Brad Stevens a job for life. I'm going to keep Luke Walton as our head coach for now, and I'm going to give the Rockets their first round pick back since they technically did not give me Lou Will. You know, I'm going to be a man of honor and integrity. And then we're also going to say, Sacramento, you do not get New Orleans pick, so the Pelicans are going to get their pick back. Yeah, I'm going to make sure they're not getting robbed here. All right, so pre-draft workouts. I wonder who the Celtics will take number 1. I'm going to scout out Mitchell, Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, because if I draft Fox, I would probably trade away D'Angelo Russell. I'll still scout out Lonzo, and then where's Mr. Markelle Fultz? Wow, all the way down here, which is kind of scary. So if we look at the mocks, yeah, I don't know who Darius Jameson is. Shout out to 2K for that draft class. Let's see who the Celtics take at number 1, and it is going to be, because if it's not Tatum, I'm taking Tatum at 2. It's going to be Donovan Mitchell out of Louisville. Okay, which means in an alternate universe, Jason Tatum goes to the team that his idol was on in Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers. So that is a no-brainer. How does Jason Tatum and Brandon Ingram work? These guys were compared to each other a lot by Celtics fans and Lakers fans. The Lakers fans tried to compare Kuzma to Tatum at one point, and it was Ingram to Jaylen Brown. So I don't know if there's enough room for Randall, Tatum, and Ingram. Maybe Ingram gets traded in this reality, not D'Angelo Russell. So the Bulls have 2 first-round picks, and they're like not going to sell off Jimmy Butler. They have Dwayne Wade. They're going to look to add another scorer, so they are going to get, I don't remember how they had Sacramento's pick at this time. Either way, maybe Sacramento traded that in just the save. I'm going to send them Jordan Clarkson for pick 17, and they're going to agree to that. And Lauri Markkanen goes 3 to the Thunder. The Suns do what's right this time around, and they take De'Aaron Fox, not Josh Jackson. And with the 17th pick, I'm going to take Derek White, who went later in the first round to San Antonio out of Colorado. And in the second round, I'm going to take Isaiah Hartenstein, the big man out of Germany. I think was originally drafted. It was either by like Houston or by the Clippers or the Grizzlies. He ended up playing for the Cavs at one point earlier in his career as well. Oh yeah, no, I think he went, maybe he was drafted by the Rockets, right? Because it went he went Houston to Cleveland to Los Angeles to New York to OKC. Is that what's right for Isaiah Hartenstein? Yeah, he was drafted. Oh, he did have a brief stint in Denver as well in the 21 season. So we are going to sign Tatum, we're going to sign Derek White, and we're going to sign Isaiah Hartenstein. We have some very good passing bigs on the team with, I guess more so Sabonis and Hartenstein. D'Lo, Randall, Nance are going to come back. Hurtas is not going to come back. KD, free agent, because he has the player option. Millsap, Hayward, Chris Paul is a free agent as well. He was like in that like sign and trade at the time, or he like opted in trade where you had guys like Lou Will go to Los Angeles. Montrezl Harrell went to Los Angeles. It actually worked out all right for the Clippers, and they ended up with like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, traded him for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So here we are in free agency. We don't have any cap space because we are paying, oh man, Luol Deng $17 million to be asked. We're paying Mozgov $15 million to be asked. And then why is this Mickey Ellis guy getting paid $15 million? Who is this guy that I'm not even going to be trading? Because who wants this guy? Great. So we're going to have to develop through this young core. I would like to spend a little bit more in free agency, but that's not possible right now. The only way I can get off those contracts if I gave like D'Angelo Russell, because that's how they got off. I think it was the Mozgov contract, right? It was D'Lo and like Mozgov for Lopez and like a late first rounder that they used, I believe, on Kuzma. So I could do that trade theoretically. I would get Sean Kilpatrick here, and I can get Brook Lopez for D'Lo and Mozgov, and I get off that money. It's an expiring Lopez. I don't think I'm going to do that right now, but is D'Lo a restricted free agent next year? I think he is. No, he has one more year. So maybe next offseason is when I would think about trading D'Lo. So looking at the roster right now, I'm fine with the big man because we have Zubats, Mozgov, Sabonis, Hartenstein, Randall, and Nance. I don't need to sign anybody in the front court. We have Tatum, Ingram, Deng. Maybe I sign another shooting guard this offseason as well. I might start Ingram at the 2. The Knicks signing Tim Hardaway Jr. That was a wise use of money. KCP, $14 million. I mean, Rich Paul lost him a lot of money when he was leaving Detroit, but he ended up gaining it back over the course of his career, somewhat of it. Aaron Aflalo, Wayne Ellington, Jordan Crawford. I mean, Kyle Korver, not a bad idea. He's somebody I could probably trade at the deadline. So let me overpay a little bit. We have like 17 million. I'm going to give him a 1-year deal worth $8 million. We're going to renounce the rights on these guys. And then I would like to maybe sign one more like veteran point guard, Raymond Felton. He's got to get in shape by training camp, but we're going to sign Raymond Felton. And then I'll also bring in Marcus Thornton. I liked him on the Kings for a little bit. So that is going to be our free agency. Curry goes to Denver. Oh my God. Okay. Curry and Jokic in this universe is wild. KD goes back to Golden State. It's his team now. Chris Paul goes back to the Clippers. Millsap goes to the Suns. Going to be playing with De'Aaron Fox and Devin Booker. Gordon Hayward does not go to Boston. He goes to Orlando to play with Vucevic and Aaron Gordon. Pau Gasol back to the Spurs. Rudy Gay leaves the Western Conference champion Kings to go to Chicago. Randolph Zebo returns to Memphis. Anybody else sign here? Dwayne Wade goes to the Kings to replace Rudy Gay. He saw them in the NBA Finals. He said, save me his seat. Anybody else up here sign? Otto Porter goes to Sacramento as well. So Sacramento loses Rudy Gay, but signs Dwayne Wade and Otto Porter Jr. And then, yeah, that is pretty much the main free agency signings here. The best player on the market. Actually, a lot of the top guys already signed. So player progression, D'Lo's up to an 83, Ingram's up to an 80, Randall 79, Nance 78, Tatum 78. This is going to be an exciting young team for sure. We might be bad again, though, and we don't own our first round pick, which is kind of scary. All right, so Randall from the 2016 class is a free agent. Well, Randall also, 2014 class, yes. And he only played 3 years because he played 1 game as a rookie and then he broke his leg. So he's somebody we'd have to figure out, do we want to pay? I mean, in real life, the Lakers signed LeBron James and let Randall just walk completely, which is rare, but since they got LeBron, not as rare. And he ended up playing for the Pelicans for 1 year and then goes to the Knicks. Now is on Minnesota. So Kyle Korver is going to be the starting 2. D'Lo's starting 1. Ingram will start. I'm going to start Randall, obviously. Larry Nance is going to get like 18 minutes a night. Tatum will be his 6th man as the number 2 overall pick. Sabonis 18, Zubac's 15. And I would like to give Derek White 15 minutes a night as well. So is there any weird shot tendencies? I mean, we could lower D'Lo's just a little bit because Ingram needs a high amount. I want Tatum to shoot the ball a little bit more in his rookie season. Like Hardenstein, he's going to play. I don't know if he'll be good. Derek White as well. Just because these guys are so young and they were kind of like late draft picks. So we start off the season at home against the Pelicans, and D'Angelo Russell sprains his knee. So we're going to see Raymond Felton probably play a little bit now. But yeah, I guess like Hardenstein will get in if somebody gets hurt. But a good start for Brandon Ingram, 33 points. Road game here against OKC, we lose by 14. Russ with 41. I mean, I might say F it. Well, this is the 2018 offseason. Like, do I go out and trade for not Anthony Davis, but somebody of that caliber? Because I could headline Ingram, I could headline D'Lo in the offseason. Let's get there first, but we're 2-5 to start off the year. How is Tatum looking? Tatum, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Not a bad start. Oh, boy. Brandon Ingram with a spinal injury. 4 to 6 months. It's going to sideline him. So, yeah, Jason Tatum is now going to be our starting small forward. I mean, I already have Sabonis and Nance and Zubats coming off the bench, but I honestly may just put in Hardenstein just because I don't want to play Mozgov. So let's get in D'Lo. He can play 35 minutes a night. He's back pretty much. Lose to Utah. How do we look against Toronto? We lose. Maybe this is a team that trades for Kawhi. Clippers are trying to get out of the Kawhi business. Do we want to get in on the Kawhi business? D'Lo, I need a big year from you because this is either going to be an extension season or I'm going to trade you in the offseason. We're 8-10. I do have to give Philadelphia our first round pick. And then they took Mikal Bridges with it and then traded it for the Zaire Smith and a future first rounder, which I think was from the Clippers, or it might have been from the Heat, but then it went to the Clippers in the Tobias Harris trade, and then it went to the Thunder in the Paul George trade, and they may have used it this year on Thomas Sorber, but I could be wrong. We do have 4 road games here, and we go 2-2 in that road stretch. That's pretty good. We have a Florida stay and a Southeast like kind of stay, and we end up going 2-1 there, and then we beat the Clippers by 15. So we do not own a first round pick for this loaded 2018 draft, but we could definitely get involved in there. Maybe I should have traded like Jordan Clarkson for a 2018 first just to have one. So we are 22-23 to start off the year though. We are a 9th seed. Remember, there is no play-in tournament. We do have a negative 3.7 point differential though. The offense needs to come around a little bit. D'Lo though, I mean, this was his last year. No, this was his first year in Brooklyn, which I don't really remember that much. It's just more so year number 2, where he led that team to like the 6th seed, and they went up against the Sixers in round number 1. They went like 42-40 that year. I remember like I wasn't sold on D'Lo as like an offensive engine young player because it wasn't the most efficient offense, but honestly, he raised the floor of that team that year. And I remember going back and forth with Nets fans a lot on Twitter then because they disagreed with me a ton. I guess I'm technically right going back to this, but I remember just not being like super sold on Levine and D'Lo back then. I guess that was like one of the takes that I was right about over time. Sabonis, not shooting the ball well this year. Maybe he's got to chill out on the threes. So far this year, Derek White as a rookie, 39 from 3 though. I like that. What's Ingram's timeline? How much longer is he out for? 2 to 4 months. Like, he could be out for the year, only playing 10 games, which is pretty brutal. So all-star captains are this year. You have Team James and you have Team James. Let's see. Do we have any Lakers here? Isaiah Thomas is an all-star, 26 points. Gobert, first-time all-star. Cat is an all-star this season. There's Carmelo Anthony, who's going to be still on the Knicks, dropping 25 a night. There's Anthony Davis in New Orleans, Kemba Walker, Paul Millsap, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving. Paul Millsap in Phoenix is an all-star. Okay, so no Devin Booker. Gordon Hayward in Orlando is an all-star. Steph Curry on Denver was an all-star as well. So we are 27 and 28. We're not going to do any dumb trades this year, kind of like Magic Johnson did at the time. We're the 8th seed. I would like to get into the playoffs since we don't own our first-round pick. Tatum is averaging 15 points, 5.7 rebounds. Randall, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. MVP ratio of LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, Kawhi, and James Harden. You have John Collins in Detroit, number 4 in the Rookie of the Year race. Lonzo Ball in Milwaukee. This Jermaine Sharp guy, Tatum, and Mitchell. I guess the Sharp guy's a beast, 6th man of the year. He's number 2. You have Noel, Rondo in Indy, Jordan Crawford, and Eric Gordon. Those are some 2017 names if I've ever seen them. I don't think I'm going to make any trades here at the deadline. So the one guy I would think about is like just selling on Julius Randle right now. I mean, I could look, shooting 20% from 3. He's a good player. Do I think he could be on like our Apex team, right? I mean, I could extend him. It's going to be 15 million, basically eliminating cap, but like Philly's willing to give me my first round pick back, which we know is going to probably be around like 13 to 17. And I get Sacramento's unprotected 2019 pick, which was very valuable. That's what they essentially got from the trade down from 1 to 3, which 2K had in this. And that ended up being like Romeo Langford. So that was sent to Boston. Well, I guess it makes sense that they still have that first since they didn't trade up for Fultz for number 1. So I don't hate this deal. I don't. I have like Larry Nance. I have Sabonis. I mean, getting no player here, but it's like I get my first rounder back in a good 2018 draft where we can find somebody solid in that range. I don't have to pay Randall $15 million, although he is a good player. And I get Sacramento's unprotected 2019 pick. Who knows, though? They were in the NBA Finals last year. I'm intrigued. I don't know if I could also get Dario Saric in this deal, who's like inefficient, but like intriguing. And he was in the same class, though. I guess he didn't come over right away. So he's got 3 years left on the deal. So I would actually love this. I would just ask for my first round pick this year and Dario Saric. Would they do that? They say no. I have 2 seconds I could give you. They say no. I don't really have any other young, intriguing players to throw in this deal, or cheap, intriguing. Like, I'm all for trading Kyle Korver. 44 from 3, 48 from the field. And I'll give you 1 more second. 3 seconds, Korver and Randall for Saric on my first back. I mean, I'll offload all the seconds. Damn. So they don't want to trade Saric, it looks like. But you just have so many bigs. So should I take Washington's top 3 protected first this year, which has good value, but I got to eat Evan Turner's terrible contract for Randall and Korver? I don't think I want to do that. I mean, there are some good offers out here for sure, but I think I'm just going to take my first and the Kings first. Like, I really just wanted to get Dario Saric out of this deal. Could I get Robert Covington out of this deal? No. And I'll give you Kyle Korver. Like, you can keep Saric. And I'll give you 3 second rounders. They would counter with Raymond Felton for Dylan Hollins, who doesn't have a terrible deal. Yeah, I could decline that. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get Robert Covington. Ooh, but Robert Covington's extension. Okay, I'm glad I saw that because I don't think I love that for Covington right now. All right, let's just do Randall for those 2 first. You want to do Felton for Bird? That's fine with me. All right, let's agree to that. Randall is now in Philadelphia. So Denver wants to be competitive this year. I'm going to trade them Kyle Korver and a 2018 second from us for Luke McLeod from Barron County Community College. If you're from there and you're watching this video, shout out to you. And I'm going to get their 2020 top 3 protected first, which I believe they used that. Well, they drafted RJ Hampton, and then they traded him for Aaron Gordon. So we did pick up 3 new first-round picks here at the deadline. I get my first-round pick back this year. I have the Kings first-rounder next year, and I'll have 2 first-rounders in 2020. Wait, where's my first-rounder in 2019? Do you guys also not have that? Orlando owns it. Great. Is that from like the Dwight Howard trade? All right, so let's see if we could, we're going to go past the trade deadline here and we lose to Milwaukee. I would still love to make the playoffs if we can. All right, so we are 34 and 37 here. We are on March 23rd. We're currently the 8th seed, but we're fighting with Dallas, maybe Portland and Memphis, as well as Utah and OKC for that last playoff spot. So a big game there against Utah, Minnesota, and we lose. So that drops us to the 10th seed. We need to go like 3-1 this week if we want to make the playoffs. and we go 0-4. Like I said, at least I do have my first round pick, so I was fine with making the playoffs, but we're going to be picking in the lottery. It looks like yet again, we are the 12th seed. We finish as the 11th seed. LeBron goes back to back. He ends up winning MVP, 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Lonzo Ball, rookie of the year, 37, 29, 55 splits. So bad. So bad. But 9 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. You got Jermaine Sharp, 6th man of the year. Kawhi wins DPOY. He won a DPOY around this time. Deonta Davis from Michigan State, right? Shout out to him. He ends up winning most improved player. And then you got Lawrence Townsend, not Pop, coach of the year. And I guess that'd be like Brian Ryder, R.C. Buford, executive of the year for the Spurs. Here's All-NBA first team with LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, Russ, and Harden. Kind of the past, still the present in a way, and obviously the future of Giannis and Jokic. You have Kat, KD, AD, John Wall, and Chris Paul on All-NBA second team. I just remember like the Chris Paul contract was so hefty. The Russ contract was so hefty. The John Wall contract was so hefty as well. I think he got the Supermax. You got Mike Conley, like the internet broke when he got like $150 million for 5 years. And now that's like a good Jalen Johnson contract today. Kyrie Irving breaks his hand. He's on All-NBA 13 with Kawhi, Blake, and Drummond. All defensive first team. You have DeAndre Jordan as the top center. And then you have Gobert, AD, Draymond, a young Josh Hart, who got a rookie Josh Hart, actually, making all defensive second team, who got drafted by the Knicks, and James Harden. Here's our rookie first team, Jason Tatum. Did not win rookie of the year, though. He might have gotten snubbed. Obviously, this was like a Mitchell versus Ben Simmons thing. Mitchell, All-NBA first team, John Collins as well. Fox, Markkanen, Bam, Isaac, and Jared Allen, all rookie second team. So we did not make the playoffs, unfortunately, this year. We ended up as the 11th seed, 36 and 46. And the 76ers with Randall go 49 and 33. So they have Randall, Embiid, Saric, like plenty of big man depth, even like Ben Simmons. Well, he's a point guard, but they drafted... Well, who did they draft in the 2017 draft? They have TJ McConnell. They drafted Dylan Brooks with the 15th overall pick. Okay, so that's who they ended up. He was a second round pick. Jeremy Grant was on this team back then as well. So they are pretty good. They're a 5 seed. Celtics won 59 games. Cavs won 61 games. Raptors won 58. Spurs were the top of the Western Conference. Denver, I believe they have Kyle Korver, right? Yeah, Kyle Korver, Beasley, all around Jokic. And Steph got hurt again. Oh my God, Steph can't catch a break. How many games did Steph play this year? So he played, what, 35 last year, 48 this year. What's the injury? Is it bad again? Oh my God, he broke his leg. So he actually is going to come back for the playoffs, but he ruptured his Achilles last year, breaks his leg this year. And looking at the stats, like it sucks Ingram only got to play 10 games this year. He would still be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Damn, he really missed 72 games in a crucial season. I mean, Sabonis improved in a way, but like nothing too crazy. Only 0.8 assists a night, though. Like, that's where he can get a lot of value. We saw some Zubats this year from Derek White, some Marcus Thornton. Get Luol Deng and Mozgov out of here, please. So let's see who makes it out of round 1. The Spurs sweep the Jazz, who no longer have Gordon Hayward, who was like leading this team. George Hill, Alec Burks, Favors, and Gobert. You have the Clippers sweeping the Warriors here. You have Portland beating Minnesota, Denver beating Memphis. The Cavs swept Miami. Sixers swept Indy. Oh my God. All these teams swept in round number 1. Toronto swept Orlando, and Boston swept Milwaukee. Round number 2, Toronto beats Boston in 6. Toronto versus Cleveland. Could be LeBronto again. Clippers with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. They finally make it to the conference finals, going up against Dame, CJ McCollum, Mason Plumlee, a young Pat Connaughton. And let's see what happens here. Who's going to the NBA Finals? It is going to be the Clippers versus the Cavs. So this is what, 2018? We all thought it could have been the Rockets versus the Cavs. Kyrie does not get traded. He stays in Cleveland, and Chris Paul does not get traded. So it's Chris Paul, Redick, Thabo. Oh boy, Blake Griffin got hurt in the playoffs. I mean, something we've seen in the past. Let's see what it is. Severe left ankle sprain. So the Cavs got Sacramento last year, and they get an injured Clippers team this year. Can Chris Paul carry them? It's tied 1-1. The Clippers are up 3-1. Are they going to blow a 3-1 lead? No, they actually won in 6. Chris Paul might be the GOAT. He averages 29 and 13. What? It's like prime LeBron or Russell Westbrook numbers. 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 steals. Maybe prime Jokic numbers, but just less rebounds. Oh my God. Well, DeAndre Jordan is like a top 5 defensive center. They won it all without Blake Griffin. There's a Ewing theory there. Game 6 was an entertaining one. Clippers won by 4. JR, Kyrie, Love, and LeBron all had 20 plus. All right, so player retirements. There goes Vince Carter. He made it till the 2020 season. Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, Mike Dunleavy, Barbosa, James Jones, Steve Novak, Dirk Morris as well. I don't know who that is. Don Nelson and Rudy Tomjanovich retire. Paul Pierce enters the Hall of Fame, gets his jersey retired by the Celtics. We are going to have the shot clock now going back to 24 on an offensive rebound. It's going to go to 14. We could change the number of fouls required before a player fouls out to 3. Still mind blown that's a thing here. I never knew that. So here we are in the lottery. We're projected the 12th pick. Here for the 2018 draft, the Hawks are there at number 1. They had 5, but traded up they were at 3 and then traded down. Got that Cam Reddish first, but then they took Trae Young. So we'll see what ends up happening here. And the Celtics end up with number 2. So they traded that pick to Cleveland for Kyrie Irving, and that was like 7, which ended up being Colin Sexton. Detroit is at number 1. They traded their first in the middle of the year for Blake Griffin. The Knicks are there at number 5. They took Kevin Knox. Pelicans are there at 3, in which they ended up winning a round 1 series, but they didn't have DeMarcus Cousins. I wish we got to see like a healthy DeMarcus Cousins, Drew Holiday, and Anthony Davis in New Orleans, because we saw how much like Drew Holiday like meant to Boston and Milwaukee deep in playoff series. I wanted to see him as like that third option for AD and DeMarcus Cousins. So we are going to have the 12th overall pick in this draft. Staff signings. Do we want to keep Luke Walton? I mean, I could get Mike D'Antoni. Any other like real coaches? Jason Kidd is here as well. Like I did see Steve Kerr, but I don't think I'm picking him up. Fred Hoiberg, Ty Lue are here as well. I think I may hold on to Luke Walton for 1 more year. I don't think he was that bad. And we don't have like the pressure of having a LeBron James on this team. So the mock drafts at number 12, Lonnie Walker from Miami, Wendell Carter Jr. from Duke, or Mikal Bridges from Villanova. And do I want to trade anybody on draft night? I don't really think I could trade too many people. Like Tatum, obviously not trading. Timothy Mozgov, I'd love to trade. Still 2 years left with him and Dang. Like I may just like stretch and waive one of them. Luka is a Detroit Piston. Number 2, Boston takes Marvin Bagley like the Kings did in real life. Pelicans take DeAndre Ayton at number 3. Hawks take Triple J at number 4. Could the Knicks take Brunson? No, they take Trae Young, their arch nemesis, there at number 5. Michael Porter Jr. does not slide to 14. He goes number 6. Mo Bamba still goes in the top 10, number 7 to Washington. Shea, would have loved if he was on the board. He goes number 8 to Phoenix. Great pick there. The Bulls are trading the pick to Utah for Rudy Gobert. The Jazz were in the playoffs, but they say, you know what? We need to reset a little bit. They didn't end up with Donovan Mitchell. They're going to have Kevin Huerter be the next face of the franchise. That's a good idea. This guy goes number 10. And number 11, like real life, the Hornets traded this pick, which was Shea, for Miles Bridges. And they traded for Steven Adams. Don't know if I agree with that. And Mitchell Robinson goes at number 11. So we could go the Colin Sexton route. We can go the Robert Williams route. We can go the Wendell Carter Jr. route. I could try to trade this pick to end up with and like get off of Timothy Mozgov or Walt Deng's contract. But I think I'm just going to take Mikal Bridges. He went 10 in real life. We're going to take him number 12 here. And in the second round, I want to take somebody I know. Herb Jamison. No, it's not Trey Jamison. That's who I'm thinking of. I could take Jordan McLaughlin. I could take Drew Eubanks. But I'm going to take Dante DiVincenzo, who's on the board. So we're going to end up with 2 Nova players here, Mikal Bridges and DiVincenzo. I wonder where Brunson went. Did he go in the first, or did he, like, Brunson was on the board. I guess I could have taken him still. Miles Bridges ended up going 22. Landry Shamet went 29. Where did Brunson go? Gary Trent went to the Knicks in the second round. Brunson ended up going 36 to the Pelicans. So I'm going to sign Mikal. I'm going to sign Dante. Both of those guys were first round picks. Dante went to the Bucks. Pick up the team option on Russell, Ingram, Nance, Zubac, Sabonis, and Hardenstein. Declined it on those 2. LeBron is a free agent. So is Russ, Carmelo Anthony as well. Anybody else here? Who's like the next best guy to hit? Ooh, wow. Not good. Not good. It would be Malik Beasley. All right, so yeah, we don't have Russell Westbrook money whatsoever. I could sign Elfrid Payton. I do need to figure out if I want to trade D'Angelo Russell, who was good last year, but I'd be selling high. What does his extension look like? $23 million a year. Larry Nance would be $9 million a year. I mean, I'm trying to have like Tatum and all these guys be under like team options. Like I could have $105 million in the 2020 offseason. So like if I'm going to trade D'Lo, it would have to be right now. I could trade him for Goran Dragic, making $18 million a year. I could trade him for Drew Holiday, making 11 points. I actually kind of love that. I'm going to do this trade, I think, unless I find something I like better. Siakam's interesting, but he's still got a long ways to go. I mean, Eric Gordon's a good role player, and I get the Rockets 2019 first. I get Eric Bledsoe, who's like, I don't know. I think D'Lo could be better than Bledsoe. Campaign in a first, a young campaign. All right, so I'm intrigued about the Eric Gordon trade because that's like a really good role player to have on this team, and he's 29, and I can't see that extension being worth too much, but I can get Drew Holiday, who also could be the 1 or the 2. So I'm going to have Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Jason Tatum all on this team. Drew Holiday, like he will be a free agent in 2020, and he was going to make half of what D'Lo will make. He's still like not an elite 3-point shooter. He didn't really become one till later in his career. And I'm getting New Orleans unprotected first next year in the 2019 draft, which isn't a good draft, but I will have the Kings and the Pelicans pick. I still want to stay competitive next year because I don't own my first. And Ingram has 2 years left on the deal, so I could trade him next offseason. I don't need to trade him right now, although the offers are very good. Let's see what this Larry Nance contract extension looks like, because he would be open to re-signing with us. So Larry Nance would come back for $10 million a year. I kind of want to like trim up these centers. Like I do have Zubats, who I would like to keep around. I have Sabonis, who is a first-round pick, and I have Hardenstein. I mean, Nance might... No, it's going to be Tatum and Ingram that are going to start this year. So, like, Nance is somebody I could trade at the deadline. I guess this year, it could be, like, Drew at the 2. And Drew at the 1. Mikal might start for us at the 2. Like, Mikal, Tatum, Ingram, like, that's a really good wing, like, trio. Like, I'm going to bring back Kyle Korver on a 1-year deal. I'm going to sign, like... Christian, oh, no, not for $7 million a year. I'm going to sign Mendagas Kuzmic, remember him, Knicks fans, to a 1-year deal. And I'll sign a young Fred VanVleet to a 2-year deal with a team option. Can I do that? Bang, there we go. So we're going to bring out some rates on these guys. VanVleet, Korver, and Kuzminskas. Welcome here to LA because we don't have cap space right now. We're still kind of young going through it. I don't want to cut corners. And I could obviously trade like Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng right now. Yeah, like, why wouldn't I do this? I can get off it a year early for 1 second rounder. I just don't think any team would kind of do that right now. I want to be honorable here and have some integrity. So Russ goes back to the Thunder. Cousins goes back to the Kings. We have their first, so I kind of wish he left. We'll see where LeBron ends up. He goes back to Cleveland. He does not go to, like, the Lakers, right? So Isaiah Thomas is a free agent. He never really got that bag, and it's kind of sad. Like, Isaiah Thomas could have made $100 million, but nobody really wanted to give a 5'9" guy, and he had the injuries after, and he wasn't the same, like, after the Cavs trade, which is really sad. He was such a fun player to watch in 2016 and 2017. Embiid signs with the Knicks. Okay, Philly, what are you doing? Melo does not stay with Embiid. He goes to Brooklyn. I don't know how Knicks fans would feel about that. Randall does get $13 million a year from the 76ers. I feel like I would have given him that. So player progression, Tatum's up to an 85, Ingram's an 82, Nance is a 79, Drew regresses a little bit. He is 28 years old. And we have this Mickey Ellis guy making $14 million a year as well, which is really annoying. You know what I'm going to do? I mean, I don't really want to stretch and wave. I'd rather just like have all these guys expire in a year. So I'm going to release Kuzminskas right now because I had to release somebody. Dirk Nowitzki is going to retire at the end of the season. So right now it's going to be Holiday, Bridges, Tatum, and Ingram. And then I want to keep, who's going to be our center? Is it not going to be, or is it going to be Zubats, right? Yeah, we'll go Zubats. So Larry Nance is going to come off the bench. He's a trade candidate this year. Hardenstein and Sabonis are all going to come off the bench as well. Why do I feel like I had a different center at one point? Am I tripping? Derek White can get 18 minutes a night. Let's go like 8 to DiVincenzo. I don't think like Fred VanVleet's going to find any minutes. So we'll go 25 to the rookie Bridges. Let's go 35 to Ingram and Tatum. Let's go 34 to Holiday. And we can go like 20 to Derek White. I really don't have any backup wings right now outside of DiVincenzo, who's more like a guard. This could definitely be Luke Walton's last year here in LA. First 3 games, we go 1-2. We beat the Clippers, lose to the Rockets and the Nuggets. Mikal Bridges is our leading scorer to start off the year. Okay. And then was this game on the road? No, it's home. Now we have 5 road games in a row. And we go 0-5. Great. I don't have my first round pick this year, guys. I need you to win. All right. Doing a little bit better, but still 8-12 through our first 20 games. Ingram with 19, Tatum with 17. All right, so just a quick update where we're at this season. We're around 500 right now, and we're honestly being like, it's a slow rebuild, right? Like, I didn't try to trade Mozgov and Deng and all that. Drew Holiday so far this year as a Laker is putting up 16 points. I would like for him to be a better 3-point shooter, but he is averaging a career-high 9.2 assists a night, 34 minutes a game. Mikal Bridges, 10 points, 41, 31, 84 splits. Fine from a rookie, although he's on the older side. Ingram, this is his like real sophomore year because he only played 10 games last year. 44, 33, 67 splits. I feel like we're going to have like a similar, I don't know, year 4 with like the idea with D'Lo last year. Like next year, we really need to see the internal development. Like Tatum, he's on a great path right now. He didn't get hurt like Ingram did. 18-7, 1.1 assists, 1.1 steals, 58, 38, 82 splits. Zubats, 11 and 6 a night. He may be a free agent sooner than I think because he was a second rounder. He can be at the end of the year. I believe he would be restricted, so I don't know how that's going to go, to be honest with you. Derek White shooting 35 from 3 off the bench. I think we're going to look to move Larry Nance for maybe like a young wing at the deadline. Sabonis is getting better. Hardenstein is fine. DiVincenzo probably shouldn't be in the rotation right now. Can I resign Zubats? Well, he's going to refuse to resign. Okay. And that makes things interesting because in 2K, but he's restricted, right? Like, can I find out if he will be restricted? I'm like 90% sure he can be. Would it tell me in the upcoming free agents? Possibly. No, all positions is the only thing I could sort it by. I can't sort it by if they're restricted or not. Because if Zubats is restricted, I'm matching any offer he gets, or he's coming back on the qualifying offer. But if he's unrestricted, then I could lose him for nothing. So, like I said, I think I'm going to move Larry Nance for maybe a young wing if I can here. Okay, so it's not going to be a full-on wing. It's another guard, but I'm going to trade Larry Nance Jr. for Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield was also in that 2016 draft class with Brandon Ingram. It is hard to see, but Buddy Hield has a $4.8 million team option next year. I don't know why Zubats like wouldn't want to resign. It's so weird. So I am going to remove Dante DiVincenzo from the rotation. We are going to get Buddy Hield, who we just acquired in that rotation. Now he's going to play about like 24 minutes a night. Honestly, what I'm going to do, because Drew is such a good defender, I'm going to make Mikal the 6th man and throw Buddy Hield in there at the starting 2-guard spot. He probably doesn't have the most amount of points from the 2016 draft class anymore. He did have the edge over Jaylen Brown for a little bit. So let's see what happens. Damn, we are losing a lot of games here. Like I said, we do not own our first-round pick in this draft. We own the Kings, and we own the Pelicans, who we just made a trade with. The Pelicans are good. The Kings are also good. So there's a chance those could be 2 non-lottery picks. Let's see what happens here over the next few weeks. We can take a look at the All-Stars this season. If I see D'Lo's name, I will be upset. No, but I do want to check in on how D'Lo is doing right now with, I think, the Pelicans, right? So Kristaps, DeAndre Jordan, Tatum. Okay, there we go. We got an all-star this year. Tatum makes it as a 20-year-old, as well as Joel Embiid in New York. Okay, the Embiid KP front court is kind of sick. I can't lie. You have Devin Booker, first-time all-star. Same with Ben Simmons. Kyle Lowry makes it. So yeah, I wanted to check out how D'Lo is doing this year for the Pels, where he's averaging 19 points, 7 assists. Yeah, like that's a good guard to have. 42 from 3. Yeah, this is a full breakout year for him, but he's playing around, I guess, DeAndre Ayton, but mainly Anthony Davis, which is going to do great for him. And there's Larry Nance, who ended up as a Pelican at one point as well. So we are 23 and 30, 18 a night for Tatum, 18 for Ingram, 15 and 9 for Holiday. I don't think I'm going to make any trades here at the deadline. It is annoying that Zubats would not resign, but we're going to move in a different direction. Whoa, I can re-sign Drew for a cheaper price. I'm not even going to touch Drew right now. We'll let that play out. I mean, $4 million is a steal. Feels like I'm kind of cheating the system with that one. All right, so yeah, we're just going to keep an eye on the record here. I don't know, give up the 14th pick in the draft. Just do not give up a top 10 pick. Can we end up as like the 9th seed, not the 11th seed? Damn, the 11th seed. So LeBron, to start off this video, 3 years in, 3 MVPs for LeBron. No surprise, Luka is your rookie of the year. Greg Monroe of the San Antonio Spurs is your 6th man of the year. I'm making a video where it's like every bad, like the worst free agency signing since 2000. And Greg Monroe, like that 2015-16 free agency class is hilarious. Like the Knicks were going hard after LaMarcus Aldridge didn't get him. So they were deciding between Greg Monroe and Robin Lopez. And it's just like, don't do either one of those. All-NBA first team, Russ, Ben Simmons. Yeah, we're going to get a completely different Ben Simmons, LeBron, Giannis, and Kat. It's not going to come maybe till the season starts. But you know, like the 20-year historic rebuilds that I've done, at least with the Bulls and the Lakers, I want to do another one. But I'm going to start, I don't know when, maybe 2017 with like Fultz, Simmons, and Embiid. I may ask you guys when I should start that one. Maybe it's like the Okafor draft. It could, but like definitely I want to have, well, no, I want to have Simmons and Embiid on like the trust the process Sixers. There's Steph, who finally played a healthy year, All-NBA second team with the Nuggets. There's DeMarcus Cousins, maybe still the best center in the NBA, or it's Kat, because Kat did get first team, and third team Jordan is it, but he fractured his leg, the reigning NBA champions. Luka as a rookie, All-NBA third team. Kyle Lowry just dropped 22.7 points per game this year. Incredible. Here's all defensive first team with no surprising names, I would say. Second team, Tony Allen, still kicking at 37 years old. Don't look at the shooting splits, but all defensive second team, Tony Allen. Do we get anybody like Mikal on an all-rookie team? We do not, unfortunately. And for the 3rd straight year, the Lakers are not in the playoffs. They did not make the playoffs in 2019 either. It was LeBron's first year there. It was like LeBron's first time missing the playoffs since like his rookie year or whatever. And then they ended up trading for Anthony Davis that offseason. But we are getting better. 34 and 48 is improvement from last year, I believe. And you could say we got worse in the offseason. Like if I looked, can I look at my recent seasons? Here we go. No, we actually... Nah, so yeah, we lost 2 more games this year, but still kind of in the same area. If we look at the team stats, Ingram and Tatum led the team in scoring with about 18 a night. Ingram, though, 49% true shooting, not ideal. Drew, 42, 31, 73 splits. There's Buddy Hield, 46 from 3. Zubats, 10 and 7 a night. Bridges, 10 and 3 a night. There's Derek White, 8 points as well. I also wanted to see the 76ers and see how Randall did. Oh, wow, they signed Isaiah Thomas. Wow, 2 years, 54 million. So Embiid leaves. I wonder, like, yeah, if Ben Simmons is like the power forward. Randall, pretty good. Not really becoming a three-point shooter, but 4 assists a night is pretty good for Randall. They were the 5 seed. Yeah, like, what are they trotting out there as a starting lineup? So Isaiah Thomas is playing the 2-guard spot. Let's see who ends up going to the conference finals this year in the 2019 season. And the Nuggets actually won it all with Jokic and Steph Curry. They beat the Sixers, so Randall does go to the NBA Finals with this team. Dylan Brooks, I don't know if Ben Simmons got hurt. It looks like it. They swept the Knicks there, so that was a cool series, like Embiid versus his former team. The Knicks lineup is Rose, Josh Hart, Marquise Chris, Kristaps, and Embiid. It's pretty big, not gonna lie. And then Minnesota made it to the conference finals with Rubio, Dunn, Wiggins, Towns. It looks like Levine got hurt, but just years of picking in the top 10. They have a ton of talent, but like Rubio didn't reach his fullest potential for them. Obviously, Wiggins didn't as well. Shabazz Muhammad, I won't mention that name, and I don't know, I guess, well, yeah, they traded Love for Wiggins. There's going to be a good Hall of Fame class here. Not Korver, but Gasol will make it, Parker will make it, and Dirk will definitely make it. I know 2K is a little bit more strict, but how can you not put those 3 in? What? Parker? Wait, Parker or Pau Gasol did not go to the Hall of Fame. Okay. That's mind-blowing. So I like how they're just increasing this one every year. A couple years ago, it was 2 fouls to be the limit, then 3. Now it's 4, but we're going to implement the coach's challenge, the All-Star game, basically like Elam ending. Top 4 picks are changing for the 2019 lottery. It was like the first one with the Pelicans getting number 1. So we're going to change that. Now watch our pick go up into the top 4. Who owns it? It is the Magic. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Okay, good. That pick actually drops to 11. The Hornets win the Zion sweepstakes. Hawks at 2. Nets at number 3. They finally have their first round pick now. But it was funny, yeah, like the first year they had their first round pick in 2019. They were pretty good that year, right? They made the playoffs. They traded their first round pick to get off the, I think, Allen Crabbe money to go out and sign Kyrie and KD. So Luke Walton is a free agent. I'm going to offer a new head coach out there maybe. So I'm going to offer Scott Brooks a deal. We'll offer Billy Donovan a deal coming over from University of Florida. Any other real head coaches out here? Kenny Atkinson. Yeah, from the Brooklyn Nets at the time. Let's offer him a deal. Brian Shaw was a top assistant, like always coming from Stanford. People raved about like his philosophies, but he never really became a head coach in the league. Is anybody else? Like, I don't want to really bring back Luke Walton. Ime Udoka is an assistant in Charlotte. Could we get, I don't know, him? Is that, yeah, Karen Sloan. Okay, so we are going to get Kenny Atkinson or Scott Brooks. I'm going to sign, I don't know, I get Kenny Atkinson sometimes. So we are going to go with Scott Brooks to be the next head coach of the LA Lakers. And if we look at the mock drafts here, so I didn't mention where we were picking, but both the Kings and the Pelicans made the playoffs. So we have 20 and we have 22. It would be funny if I ended up with Jared Culver. So do I want to make any trades here on draft night? I mean, I don't want to move Drew. I don't want to move Mikal. I mean, I would love to move Mozgov. So I guess I could create some cap space. Like I could move 22 to get off of Deng, 20 to get off of Mozgov. We saw the Nets do that in the 2019 draft. Can I see the upcoming free agents? I can. So KD is here. Interesting. AD is here. Ooh. I mean, the Lakers got AD in real life. I should probably change it up a little bit. Draymond is here as well. Maybe I'll save my money for the 2020 free agency class, but let's just go into this draft where Zion is going to stay in the state of North Carolina. He's going from Durham to Charlotte. Ja Morant goes number 2 to the Atlanta Hawks. So Ja and Triple J both in Atlanta. We know that was Memphis in real life. Brooklyn takes Jackson Hayes with the 3rd overall pick. Rui goes number 4 to Miami. Darius Garland goes to Houston at 5. RJ Barrett to the Wizards at 6. Kobe White, good pick there by the Jazz at 7. We have a trade, 8 and Serge Ibaka for Andre Drummond and number 17. So they trade Andre Drummond, and Bol Bol is a Detroit Piston. Brandon Clark goes there number 9 to the Mavericks, and this guy goes number 10. So I want to see if Orlando would be interested in giving me my pick back at number 11. We'll give you 20 and 22 for 11. They're going to say no. And I'll give you this top 3 protected Nuggets pick. So 3 first rounders to trade up. I mean, the Nuggets just won it all. They have Steph and Jokic. We're going to offer them that. And I'm going to trade up to select Tower Hero. Yeah, I mean, there's DeAndre Hunter, there's Daniel Gafford, there's PJ Washington, but no, I'm going to take Tower Hero out of Kentucky. And then I think the Magic now may have had like 3 or 4 first rounders in this draft. So they took PJ Washington at 17. Wow, that would have been nice. But 20, they took this Patterson guy, not Darren Peterson. They got Nickeil Alexander-Walker 22. That's good value. Did they have another first? No, I guess they didn't. So they had 3 first rounders. So we are going to sign Tower Hero. We have Tatum, Ingram, Sabonis, Hield, White. I'll pick up the option on Fed VanVleet and DiVincenzo coming back. Okay. Harden and Jimmy are entering free agency as well with Chris Middleton and Otto Porter. All right. I want to have optimal cap space for next year, although this is a good class. Okay. Well, I just traded the Nuggets pick and Jokic might leave. Kristaps is restricted. Clay. Oh my God. Okay. This free agency class is pretty good. It's got Kemba. It's got Jimmy. Oh, God. Is next year's going to be good? Shoot. D'Lo might get 25 mil. Let me look at this Ingram extension right now because I'm sure he would re-sign. No, he's going to refuse. All right. I will trade you. Let me give Drew like a 1 year. I mean, let's do a 2-year extension. I'll give you a little bit more than you're asking for. Sabonis is going to refuse. He's going to refuse. Of course, Timothy Mozgov isn't going to refuse. So you know what? If you're going to refuse to re-sign, you had a 49% true shooting. OKC wants to trade for your potential. I'm going to trade him and Dante DiVincenzo for Lauri Markkanen, who was also kind of inefficient, maybe for the first 2 years of his career, and a 2021 first-round pick via OKC. That pick ended up being Josh Giddey. We're going to do this trade. Markkanen has 1 more year of team control. Now, he was the 3rd overall pick, so he might be making a decent amount next year. Yeah, 10.9. But, like, right now, there's 5-6 guys under contract for next season. I could move Sabonis. Like, Buddy Hield could be a free agent as well. I'm just going to really hope that next year's free agency class is good. Now, Zubats does not want to re-sign, unfortunately, so it's either the qualifying offer or matching whatever you get. And Hardenstein's also not interested in re-signing. So, once again, I'm either matching your guys' offers or it's going to be a qualifying offer. So, maybe, like, real life, yeah, Hardenstein going to go to the Rockets and Zubats from the Nuggets. Both 2 years, 11 million. I'll match both of those 100%. They're not going anywhere, nor do I have to trade them. Jokic, did you go back to the Nuggets? Because if not, I'm going to feel... Okay, he goes to Atlanta. Why did I trade that Nuggets first? I know it was top 3 protected, but now I feel like an idiot. Okay. So now you're going to have John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Nikola Jokic over there in the East. Cat stays in Minnesota. Harden leaves Houston to go to the Sacramento Kings. I mean, they've made it to an NBA Finals. Kristaps stays in New York with that front court with Embiid. Clay stays in Golden State. Booker stays in Phoenix. So is like the KD AD free agency next year? Or are they still free agents, those guys? Maybe that was next year that I was looking at, like the upcoming free agents here. Okay, that makes some sense. Jaylen Brown, maybe? I don't think he's leaving Boston. So, yep, let's advance past here. Kemba is here. I really can't sign anybody. D'Lo maybe is going to go unsigned. Player progression, Tatum's at 90. Markkanen's an 84. And I feel like Tatum and Markkanen could make some more sense together than Tatum and Ingram. Derek White goes up. I mean, Drew Holiday is a great mentor for Derek White. Dwayne Wade is going to retire at the end of the year. And yeah, after this year, we're finally going to get off the Luol Deng, Timothy Mozgov contracts. We might have $80 million in free agency spending next year. We'll go Derek White at the 1, Bridges at the 2, Tatum 3, Markkanen 4. We could try Sabonis at the 5. Why not? Buddy Hield can come off the bench with Drew Holiday, Zubats as well, with Tower Hero, and then maybe Isaiah Hartenstein just gets traded this year, but I'm going to give him my 10 minutes tonight. I mean, it wouldn't be hard whatsoever to move Hartenstein or Zubats next offseason. We do have a new head coach in Scott Brooks. We do lose Tower Hero with 4 to 6 weeks, unfortunately, with a foot injury. So I may throw like Fred VanVleet in there, who didn't really play a ton for us last year. We started off the season 3-1, definitely our best 4-game start yet. We start off 5-2. There we go. Tatum is averaging 31 a night. Excuse me. All right. So through our first 50 games, we are 27-23. Speaking of 27, that's what Tatum is dropping a night on 63, 53, 90 splits. This is like Steph Curry on another level. Markkanen has been a fine number 2, 37% from 3. Bridges, 11 points, 4 rebounds a night, 35 from 3, 84 from the free throw line. Sabonis is playing better this year. Somebody that's a restricted free agent at the end of the year. Same with Buddy Hield. Drew's been fine. Maybe better as a 3-point shooter than the last 2 years, but we'll see going forward. Derek White now can't hit threes, but he is a starter. Hero has been solid for us, and there's Zubats and Hartenstein. I think both are going to get traded in the offseason eventually. I just want to have 3 center depth in case somebody gets hurt, just to have all 3 of those guys. I would like to play in the playoffs year 4 of the rebuild. We're currently the 6th seed in the Western Conference. I did want to check out the OKC Thunder and see how Mr. Ingram is doing. He's playing with Westbrook, and Ingram is averaging 23-6 on 50, 34, 64 splits. Still below average true shooting. Definitely his best year yet. DiVincenzo unfortunately broke his thigh, but he was a lot better this year as well. I wonder where D'Lo ended up. He actually ended up in Toronto with Kyle Lowry. I guess you're throwing D'Lo at the 2. Or no, he's actually came off the bench. So is Lowry. I don't know what's going on over there up north. Oh my God, yeah. Phoenix has Booker, Fox, and Shea. I mean, do I trade for one of those guys at this point? And then here for the All-Star game, I mean, Tatum may win MVP this season, so I know he's going to be an All-Star. The fact that he's not a starter is a bit ridiculous. Do we get anybody else making it on our team? Doesn't look like it. So did that updated like free agency class change? Also, no Tatum in the award race. Jokic. Oh my God. I got to see how bad Denver is. So we beat them here. Okay, they're 35-16 with Steph. Good. They kept Nurkic along the way because we do own their first round picks, or not anymore. So KD's still a free agent. I mean, Simmons is restricted. All these guys are kind of restricted or team options. Isaiah Thomas, like, is that somebody I'm looking to add? I don't know. So I wonder, maybe it'll be a trade market thing. I'm not going to trade anybody here at the deadline. See, that's why I didn't want to trade Zubac or Hartenstein. Unfortunately, Domantas Sabonis, our starting center, dislocated his patella, and he is out for the year. So we're going to throw Zubac in there at the 5. We'll go 20 a night to Hartenstein. We'll probably go 28 a night to Zubac. Fred VanVleet was playing a little bit this year because we recently had an injury to Hero, but he is good now. So I may go like 20 minutes a night to Hero. And then I would like to go probably 2 more to Mikal. All right, we're going to make the playoffs for the first time in this video. Finally, 4 years later, Nikola Jokic in the Eastern Conference wins MVP. Zion Williamson is your rookie of the... He averaged how many points as a rookie? 30? 30 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Okay, this Jermaine Sharp guy, sick mustache, 6th man of the year. Kawhi, Depoy, Jalen Brunson, most improved, 14 points, 5 assists, 40, 28, 82 splits. Okay, and then, yeah, the coach of the year goes to Liam Holt of the Kings. You have Russ, Curry, LeBron, KD, who can be a free agent, and Jokic, all NBA first team. You have Ben Simmons, Paul, Luka, Zion, Cat, second team. Third team, you have Embiid in New York, AD, who did sign an extension, unfortunately, with the Pelicans, Kawhi, Harden, and John Wall. You have Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi, AD, and Jordan on all defensive first team. Second team, you have Gobert in Chicago from that draft night trade. So instead of trading, well, they traded away Jimmy. They traded for Gobert, Draymond, KD, both in Golden State. Draymond did sign a nice extension, 4 years, 56 for Golden State. Chris Paul and Russ on second team as well. Shout out to Brandon Clark, all rookie first team. No Tower Hero. So we are the 4th seed, taking on the 5-seeded Spurs. DeJounte, Luke Kennard, Kawhi Leonard, LA 12, and Greg Monroe with Collison, Bertans, a young Bertans, Wayne Ellington, Kyle Anderson, and Leon Jeffries coming off the bench. So yeah, we are going to be with everybody besides, or everybody's healthy besides Mr. Sabonis. If we take a look at our scoring this year, we were 3rd in the West. The defense, though, was 5th worst, so maybe that is going to be our downfall, taking on the Spurs. Now, I do want Tatum to play probably like 40 minutes a night. Hero, yeah, I think is going to get like 14 a night for the playoffs. I'm going to stick with this Zubac, Hartenstein center rotation. And then I would like to go 40 to Tatum, maybe 1 more to Bridges, 1 more to White. Maybe I go a little bit less to Hield, even though I can use the shooting. We'll go 34 to Markkanen. So, taking on San Antonio, Kawhi, like the present versus the future, and Tatum. Bridges and Tatum combined for 59, but we lose by 20. Kawhi had 35 in this one. Game 2 goes to the Lakers, 121-83, 41 for Tatum, 22-10 for Markkanen, 15-10 for Holiday, and that's our first playoff win of the video. But can we get our first playoff series victory? 23 for Tatum, 20 for Bridges. Game 4 goes to the Lakers, 134-109, 30 for Tatum, 21 for Drew, 20 for Hield. There we go. Let's win this series. Bang. They win game 1, then we win 4 in a row. Tatum averaged 33 in round number 1. What did Kawhi average? Okay, 36. Hello. 53 points in that elimination game in which we won in overtime. And we're going to be taking on the Clippers. So a battle of LA here. The 8-seeded Clippers beat the 1-seeded Kings with James Harden and DeMarcus Cousins. They got Cousins some help, but they couldn't get out of round 1. I feel like they would hate each other. We do end up winning by 28 here in game number 1. Tatum might be the best player in this series. Who knows? Or it's going to be Chris Paul, who's averaging 25 and 11. We win game 2 by 16. 24 for Tatum. Double-double for Zubac and Markkanen. Game number 3 is going to go to the Clippers by 12. 32 for CP3, 21 for Blake, 27 for Tatum. Game 4 goes to the Lakers, 120-106, 23 and 14 for Markkanen, 19 for White, 19 for Bridges, 19 for Tatum. And we are going to win game number 5. Markkanen drops 25, Tatum with 19 and 8. 11 rebounds for Zubac, and the Lakers as the 4-seed are in the conference finals going up against the Denver Nuggets. I don't know. They don't have Jokic. Markkanen, what a beast he was in round number 2. 22 and 10 on 53, 40, 85 splits. So the Raptors don't have to play LeBron this year. They're playing the Celtics. Cavs lost in round number 1 to Jokic, okay, and Ja and Triple J. That's sick. So we're taking on Steph, Jamal, Porter, Jamal House, and Yusuf Nurkic. They have Gary Harris, Solinger, a 34-year-old Dwight, former Laker, and Mo Wagner, who ended up being a Laker from that 2017 class as well. Or actually, one was Mo Wagner. Or was he 2018? Mo was, now I'm just curious. Mo was 2018. So yeah, the Lakers, they did well drafting late over the late 2010s. Curry and Jamal combined for 71, and they win game 1. Game number 2, gonna go to the Lakers, okay? I mean, this isn't the first time we've lost game 1 and then won the series. Game 3 goes to the Lakers. We better go to the finals. I didn't even splurge in free agency yet, and we're up 3-1 in the conference finals. 24 for Tatum. Let's win in 5. Okay. Celtics, Lakers in the finals for the first time in like a decade now. This is the 2020 finals. So yeah, conference finals, like Tatum dropped 29 going up against Boston. Where Donovan Mitchell dropped 23. They have Marvin Bagley, Horford, Jaylen Brown, still have Rozier, Crowder. And let's see what happens here. Game 1 goes to the Celtics. We haven't had any injuries in the playoffs, which is kind of huge, but we lose. But hey, that's been the moral. We lose game 1 and then we just dominate the rest of the series. Let's see if that happens here. 30 and 13 for Tatum. Game 3 goes to the Lakers. 121, 117, 31 and 7 for Markkanen, 21, 5 and 4 for Tatum, 20 and 4 for Bridges, 8 rebounds for Hartenstein, 8 assists for Derek White. Game number 4 goes to Boston, unfortunately. Damn, by 23. Or excuse me, yeah, to Boston. Game 5, I'm like, wait, are we Boston? Like, we have Tatum? No, Tatum's on the Lakers going against the Celtics here. We end up losing by 1 in game 5. And Derek White versus the Celtics, Holiday versus Celtics, we're down 3-2. And we lose in 6. So, unfortunately, our first year in the playoffs, we go to the NBA Finals. I feel like that was a winnable series. I'm just scared, like, Atlanta is going to be so good. Like, when Ja just gets better next year, Jaren Jackson Jr. continues to get better. They have Dennis Schroeder, the FIBA god, playing with Jokic. I'm a little worried about them. So, player retirements, there goes Zebo, Tyson Chandler, Dwayne Wade, J.R. Smith, loads of NBA legends there. Any Lakers retiring? Doesn't look like it. Taj Gibson retires. Hall of Fame, Dwayne Wade and Dwight Howard. Jersey retirements, Dwayne Wade and Dwight Howard as well by the Florida teams. And the Lakers are going to change their uniforms. League meetings, any foul changes now. But we will be implementing the play-in tournament now, which I'm not really a fan of the play-in tournament, but I guess it's here to stay. Let's see what happens here in the 2021 or the 2020 lottery, in which the Hornets win. Okay, they have Zion and they're about to get Anthony Edwards. The Hornets and Hawks may run the East for the next decade. Magic at 2, Blazers 3. We gave the Magic the 27th overall pick. All right, we dodged a bullet there. We're keeping Scott Brooks as our head coach. Just brought us to the finals. All right, so we're here on the night of the draft. I don't think I'm going to trade away like Zubac or Hartenstein yet. That may come in free agency when I like kind of know what that landscape looks like. So I'm intrigued to see if LaMelo goes number 1 or does Charlotte take Ant. They take LaMelo Ball. I mean, I'd rather have Ant, but like, who knows? Maybe LaMelo's better than Ant here. Ant goes to the Orlando Magic. Wiseman goes 3 to the Blazers. Halliburton 4 to Memphis, so they don't end up with Ja in 2018, but they end up with Hallie in 2020. Or John 2019, excuse me. Patrick Williams goes still in the top 5 this time around. And look who was here. Kind of in the range he was selected in real life. Tyrese Maxey I took with the 22nd overall pick. And in the second round, I don't think there's any. Oh, there is real players. Matt Ryan's here. Paul Reed's here. Vic Krejci's here. Let's take Vic Krejci. Why not? Denny Avdija went number 8 to the Miami Heat. So we're going to sign Maxey. We're going to sign Vic Krejci. Tatum, Markkanen, White, and Bridges, welcome back. KD is a free agent. Isaiah Thomas is a free agent. Finally, Luol Deng and Timothy Mozgov are off the books. I will extend these 3 qualifying offers. I mean, you have Isaiah Thomas, you have Kemba Walker, D'Angelo Russell, I guess, signed a 1-year deal. I'm going to offer KD a contract because I can, and it's Kevin freaking Durant. So let me offer him a player option and no trade clause, and we'll see if he signs with the Lakers. It doesn't look like he will. Damn, like the best center really is Tristan Thompson. This is, of course, like the worst year to have money to spend. So then do I try to make a trade for somebody? All right, I'm going to try to trade for a center that has 1 year left on the deal. The only issue is he's playing in Los Angeles, so I don't know if they'd want to send him here. DeAndre Jordan at 31 years old. He's been an all defensive caliber center for a minute now. I could give you some young centers. I'll give you Zubac, and I'll give you Isaiah Hartenstein for DeAndre Jordan. And they're going to say no. I will give you my first rounder next year as well, unprotected. and they're going to say yes to that. So, you know, two guys that didn't really want to be here last year, we're going to trade them for DeAndre Jordan. I wouldn't mind Serge Ibaka, but he's 30. I mean, looking at the team right now, right? Like, I need to sign 2 centers for sure. Maybe another backup power forward. We have Tatum. I mean, we do have like Sabonis that's a free agent as well. Like, that's somebody I can bring back. I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get Kevin Durant. Looking at the other centers here, we can bring in Tristan Thompson. We could bring in Nerlens Noel. You know, let's bring in Al Horford at 34 on a 1+1 for a cheaper deal. So let's sign Horford. Finally renounce the rights on these 3. Mickey Ellis, Timothy Mozgov, and Luol Deng. We'll keep the conversation with Sabonis, Van Vliet, and Hield open as Kevin Durant is going to go to Dallas. Wow, Mark Cuban gets his guy. I could sign Isaiah Thomas, but I'm fine with like Tatum running the show. Sabonis got offered, I mean, a decent money for a backup center, $12 million a year, but I am going to match that. If anything, he becomes a trade piece for us. I'm also going to re-sign Buddy Hield, 3 years, $21 million. Do I just create the Celtics of Los Angeles? I'm going to sign Marcus Smart to a 2-year deal. Just kidding. He's going to join Kevin Durant in Dallas. So I may try to sign like Reggie Jackson on a 1+1, and then we'll re-announce the rights on Fred VanVleet. So going into next year, we have Jordan, Horford, and Sabonis, who's coming off an injury. We have Markkanen, Tatum. I probably should sign. We have so many guards. So yeah, Kevin Durant. Wait, he didn't go to the Mavericks? Okay. He goes to the Bulls. I guess the Mavericks messed up their financial spending. They chose Isaiah Thomas, I guess, over Kevin Durant. What are you doing? Oh, Ingram got paid by the Thunder. 3 years, $85 million. Where did the Thunder pick last year? Whoa, that's interesting seeing the years here. Okay, that's not the standings I wanted to see. Can I look at I guess I can't look at last year's standings, but the Thunder did not make the playoffs. We do own their first for the 21 season. So Tatum's at 93, Markkanen's at 85, White goes up, Jordan slightly goes down, but Bridges and Hero go up. All right, so it's going to be White and Bridges, like the defense between these two, and I'm getting like 24-year-old Bridges defense. Tatum, Markkanen, DeAndre Jordan. Hero, we have Buddy Hield, we have Drew Holiday, we have Al Horford off the bench for now. Start off the year, Domantas Sabonis is hurt. Under Scott Brooks, we're 3.5-star perimeter centric. We will stick with that. We're playing the Rockets to start off the year. We win 108-82. Tatum could win MVP this year. That's the goal. Oh man, Lowry Markkanen dislocates his left patella. 4 to 6 months. I mean, normally it would say the season is over, but I don't know how to feel about that one. That is brutal. He was just a good co-star to Tatum, man. He was averaging 27 a night. Oh my God. And then when it rains, it pours. Derek White, left foot plantar fasciitis. He's out 8 to 10 weeks. So like my rotation is going to look so different now. It's going to be like Holiday back in. You're going to have Sabonis play a little bit of the 4. All right. The 3-point shooting has been okay. Hield, Hero off the bench. But Al Horford, like Reggie Jackson's going to get some notable minutes now. Oh my God. Some serious injuries this year for the Lakers. I don't know what happened in the offseason. Buddy Hield fractured right leg, out 4 to 6 months. I think we did recently get back Derek White though. So that's why you have Hero and you have Mikal Bridges. Like it's not the end of the world there. Markkanen should be back for the playoffs, which is encouraging. So Karl-Anthony Towns and Kevin Durant are both all-stars, or the all-star captains here. And then I want to see, so Tatum is an all-star starter this year. I want to check out the MVP race. Do we have any other all-stars? DeAndre Ayton is there. Jahlil Okafor is there in Dallas, but no DeAndre Jordan was somebody I was looking for. I believe he's not there. So looking at the award races, MVP, Tatum is number 5 with Kat, Simmons, Jokic, and Giannis. Nobody in the Rookie of the Year race. 6th Man of the Year race, Aaron Harrison from Kentucky. Shout out to him. Giannis top of the DPOY race. Hardenstein most improved in Los Angeles. No surprise there. Kyrie Clutch Player of the Year. Yeah, like what is DeAndre Jordan averaging? About 8 points and 11 rebounds. Derek White is averaging 7.5 assists, shooting 43% from 3. I don't think I'm going to make any trades at the deadline. Like, I guess it would be to trade like Tyrese Maxey. But like, I know I'm going to get Markkanen back at some point. I got to re-sign DeAndre Jordan. So we're going to give him a 2-year extension worth $40 million that will go up in the 2nd year. Drew Holiday, we'll see if he opts out, but he only wants a minimum, it looks like. Sabonis is shooting 36 from 3 this year. I can live with that. It's just like him guarding power forwards is a little scary, or at least like stretch 4s. But we are going to win a ton of games this year. We are going to win 50 at the minimum. There's a chance we can win 60. So Jason Tatum wins MVP, averaging 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. 59, 44, 88 splits. LaMelo Ball is your Rookie of the Year for the Charlotte Hornets. Maybe they made the right decision. Derrick Rose, 6th Man of the Year. Gobert, DPOY. Hardenstein, Most Improved. And Scott Brooks, Coach of the Year, 63 and 19. There we go. Tatum, no MVP this year, but All NBA First Team. Harden, John Wall, damn dude, John Wall's been a beast here over the last few years. KD in Chicago, Luka and Cousins, 2nd team. 3rd team, you have Embiid, AD, Zion, Paul, and Dame. Are we going to get any all defensive guys? No DeAndre Jordan this year, unfortunately. Here's all rookie first team, and here's all rookie second team. So we get the 1 seed, first year of the play-in tournament. The Blazers are going to make it out of it. They have Gallo, they have Wiseman, they have Aaron Harrison, they have a young Jonathan Isaac. And yeah, us as the 1 seed, we won 63 games. We had a 10.7 point differential. Boston was technically better. They did have a 13.3 point differential. They allowed under 100 points per game. So yeah, Buddy Hield is out 4 to 6 weeks. It's okay. Like Hero, I could trust now. We shot 39 from 3 this year. We did get back Markkanen, but he only played 14 games this year. So it's going to be White, Bridges, Tatum, Markkanen, Jordan. With Sabonis coming off the bench, I want Markkanen to get like 33 a night. Derek White, 37 minutes a night. Do we trust him that much? Al Horford could play 10 minutes. Like, he was fine for us. Maxey played a little bit this year. He could be involved next year if I'm not ready for Drew. Or, like, Drew moves on. All right, so let's see if we can beat Portland. We do win game 1 by a lot. Domantas Sabonis, 24 points in 22 minutes off the bench. Sabonis is going up against the team that his dad played for. Mikal drops 31 in game number 2. We won by 15. We take a 3-0 lead. Damon McCollum at 48, but not much help. They don't get much help there. 2 for 10 for Markkanen, but Tatum carries the team 32 and 12, and we're going to sweep them. We win by 25 in game number 4, 36 for Tatum, 29 and 13 for Derek White. Okay, D White, I see you. And we're taking on not KD in the Mavericks, but Isaiah Thomas in the Mavericks, Terrence Davis, Harrison Barnes, Clark, Jahlil Okafor, and Jared Allen. Floor spacing there is a little iffy. They have some really good guard defense off the bench, though, with Marcus Smart and who was the other guard defender they had? Andre Roberson. So, yeah, Harrison Barnes, like, he's all right there. We should beat this team as we win game 1 by 14. Hero drops 19 points in 19 minutes off the bench. We do lose game 2, our first playoff loss there. Tatum at 29. Markkanen hasn't looked good in the playoffs whatsoever. Sabonis maybe has been better at times. Maybe I go a little bit less to Markkanen, a little bit more to Sabonis. That's unfortunate. Game number 3, we lose by 2. Tatum is 41, but where's his help? I mean, like, I can't get mad at Markkanen for not being a good number 2 because of the injury he had, but it sucks. We do win game 4, which is huge, by 8. Tatum with 31. Like, maybe Bridges could step up as the number 2. Game 5, big rubber match win there, 135-116. Here we go. Let's put it to rest in 6. Don't go to a 7. There we go. We win in 6 by 3. Tatum with 28. Dude is an absolute tank. We're taking on Minnesota here in round number 3. Tatum averaged 32.8 in that series. And then you got Boston and Charlotte over here. Kemba ended up going to Boston. Rozier ended up going to Charlotte in real life. I'm not sure where Kemba ended up. We're taking on Minnesota with Dunn averaging 13 and 10 on 50% shooting in the playoffs. Okay. And 2.6 stocks a night with only 1.3 turnovers. Is he like Chris Paul? They have Cam Johnson at the stretch 4. Could have happened, but they ended up with Jarrett Culver. They have Ty Jones coming off the bench. We are going to win game 1 by 2. Yeah, that is a really good 7 seed. Towns goes for 40. Tatum for 39. We do win game 2 by 6. Maybe they're just not ready for the close games because we just won 2 close games at home, but they win by 1. Okay, I say that, and then they win the close one. Wiggins jumps 33 in Minnesota. Tatum at 33 as well. We do take a 3-1 lead. Holy crap. Every one of these games has been close. We won by 2, 6. They won by 1, and then we win by 2. Game number 5, we win by 1. Oh my God. Bridges and Tatum, 57 combined. So our 4 wins combined for what? 8, 10, 11 points. That is crazy. That is insane. So Boston is 12 and 1. I mean, I'm not like super scared of the Celtics, but they beat us last year. So maybe I should be. Donovan Mitchell is on a tear, and he's a lot better than he was a year ago. Like, who is Leroy Garrett? Why am I scared of that guy? I'm not. Do they have any injuries? They do. Seth Curry hurt. Goga Bitadze out for the playoffs. The Hornets, I thought maybe, did they have Kemba Walker? They did not. Game 1 goes to the Lakers by 7. Good stuff. Game 2 goes to the Celtics by 12. I don't know if I should like remove Al Horford from the rotation because we have 9 guys. I don't think I'm going to do that. Please win game 3. Buddy Hield fully healthy. I'm not going to insert him in the rotation now. We end up winning by 10. Mitchell and Bridges for 46. Game 4. Can we win this one? Nope. 2-2. They win by 7. Don't tell me I'm going to lose back-to-back years to this team. Game 5. We're going to lose by 5. This is exactly what happened last year. Mitchell drops 40. Game 6. We're going to lose. Donovan Mitchell is your finals MVP. 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Second straight year they beat us. Second straight year we were up 2-1, or it was tied 2-2, and then we lost 2 in a row. Al Horford is going to retire. I believe Tatum and Markkanen are about to be restricted free agents, so they're about to get some nice paydays. And OKC made the playoffs this year, so we are not going to be getting a lottery pick from them. It is going to come in at number 25. We have to give the Clippers pick 30 from the DeAndre Jordan trade. And they ended up with the second overall pick as well for the 2021 class, which is a pretty good one. So I'm going to take Isaiah Jackson with my pick here at 25. Isaiah Jackson was technically the Lakers' first round pick, but that was sent to Washington in the rush trade. And then Washington made a bad trade with Indiana to trade down, and they took Isaiah Todd. So Scotty Barnes goes number 1 to Utah. He's really good. Cade 2, Mobley 3. I don't know why Scotty's that high of an overall, but okay. I did take 2 well-known second rounders. Well, McBride was a second rounder out of West Virginia, but Reeves out of Oklahoma was undrafted, but we're going to take him here. Bridges, Hero, welcome back. I'm going to decline the option on these 3 guys. Holiday, maybe we bring back for the minimum. And Embiid's a free agent. That would have been like a fun guy to sign, because I would have had the money. I technically do have the money right now, but I just gave DeAndre Jordan that 2-year extension. But if I trade DeAndre Jordan, I can sign Joel Embiid, and I might do that. So thank you, Phoenix, for offering me 2 first-round picks for DeAndre Jordan. Still one of the best defensive centers in the NBA, but that is going to clear the way for us to bring back Jason Tatum, I believe, and bring in Joel Embiid. Oh, Derek White's a free agent as well, so I actually have no idea if I could pull this off because these cap holds are pretty big. And I'm going to trade Domantas Sabonis to the Spurs for a future first-round pick and Nerlens Noel, which is going to save me $7 million there. So Embiid like doesn't have a real offer, but Tatum does. I feel like, so I could sign Tatum. How much is White looking for? White, I mean, he's got a decent capital. 12 million a year is like nothing. Like, I will choose Embiid over Markkanen if that's what it comes down to. So right now it is saying it's between Markkanen or Embiid. I'm going to choose Embiid to be the number 2. I know it's kind of unfair to Markkanen. I'm going to keep, I guess Drew, or we'll renounce the rights on Drew, but I want to bring back Tatum and White, obviously, and bring in Embiid. And Markkanen may get a deal from the Magic or the Pacers, which is going to be sad to let him walk, but I got to choose Embiid over Markkanen, right? I'm not going to sign that Markkanen deal unless, like, he somehow appears in free agency again, because I think if I sign Markkanen, wait, like, I could choose Markkanen over Derek White, but I kind of, like, I don't know if I could trust Maxey right now. I mean, yeah, so I'm going to hope that Markkanen somehow makes it past. So let's do that. And then whatever deal Tatum gets from the Knicks here, I'm going to match it 4 for 145. Can I sign Carmelo Anthony? No, I can't to this $15 million deal because I have Derek White, who I'm going to sign now for 4 years, 53. I'll sign Gallo to like a minimum if you would take that. Okay, so looking at the team now, I basically chose Embiid. Like, I have to trust the process centers. I had to move on from Sabonis, DeAndre Jordan for Embiid and Noel. I kind of need like a full-on 4, which may result in me moving Buddy Hield right now. And the Sixers still have like Randall and Dario Saric. So could I get Dario Saric for Buddy Hield? And I'll throw in some draft picks as well. I will throw in my first rounder next year. And I will throw in my first rounder in 2023. We will tell Buddy Hield. Really? I'm not giving you 4 first or 3 first. Really? This is going to be this difficult? And I'll give you this second. Okay. I'm really going to have to give you 3 first rounders. That's just so stupid if I did that. So let me do Buddy Hield for Saric, and I will also include Isaiah Jackson, who I just drafted as well. And I'll give you 1 first rounder, and I will give you 2 first rounders. Would we do that? Okay, there we go. So we made that trade. I'm ready to go into next year. We have, I probably should sign actually 1 more center. You know what? Funny. I'll bring back Ivica Zubac on a 2-year deal. So Tatum's a 95, Embiid's a 90, Bridges goes up, Hero goes up. A little bit of regression from Noel and Gallo. It's going to be sad to see Drew go, but I'm excited for Maxey in the rotation now. And it's going to be, like Derek White, Bridges, Tatum, Saric and Embiid reunite as well, which is pretty cool. Like, we have a solid bench unit. We had to pick up Chris Boucher and Evan Turner. Tatum is still going to be the one, but Embiid is still going to have a prominent role. And Saric is not taking that many threes next year for sure. All right, so KD and Russ, how ironic, are the all-star captains this year. Jason Tatum joins Luka, Simmons, LeBron, and Westbrook, all on the starters here. A couple familiar former Lakers. D'Angelo Russell balling out in Detroit with Luka. He's an all-star reserve. Brandon Ingram in OKC's been a really good player as well. I mean, he was never going to become, same with D'Lo. I think those type of players. Maybe D'Lo would have, but definitely not Ingram with Tatum here over in Los Angeles. So we are 41-9, about to be at the trade deadline. We have, I think, the best net rating in the NBA, 15.2, double the Celtics. Like, this needs to be our year. And having like Embiid, who could be just as good defensively as DeAndre Jordan, but also can be like a much better offensive piece as well, is huge for us. I know he's not averaging that many points, but I'm fine with what I'm getting out of him. Tower Hero has stepped up this year. Like the backup, like God forbid Embiid does get hurt. It's like, do I really want to roll out Nerlens Noel? But I don't think I'm going to make any trades, and I'm really going to hope for the best this year. Tell me Tatum is the front runner for MVP. Damn, he's number 3. Definitely the best shooter out of the top 3. Okay, so we're going to win 60 games again this year. We can't win 70, but we are going to end the season with 67 wins. We don't get MVP. That goes to Russ. Cade, Rookie of the Year for the Clippers, so he went 2nd overall. Sexton, 6th man. Mo Bamba, Depoy. Paul Westbrook, Russ's son, playing with him. The new Bronny, he's most improved. Scott Brooks is your Coach of the Year. 2nd straight year. We take home Executive of the Year as well. No Tatum on All-NBA first team. Okay, I see how it is. You got Trey, D'Lo. Look at that. 2nd team with DeMarcus Cousins still balling out. Tatum, 3rd team? Really? Should have been higher than that. There's AD. Mikal Bridges finally gets an all-defensive team. 53, 45, 93 splits. Maybe the best, like, complementary piece in the NBA. And look at Mo Bamba with John Wall, like, really working out. And I guess Bradley Beal over there, who we haven't really seen today. There's Lonzo. Never really figured it out with the shooting. Just disgusting, nightmare looking true shooting numbers. And we're going to be taking on the Kings from the play-in tournament. The Kings have James Harden. They're paying like Willie Cauley-Stein like $20 million, and they have DeMarcus Cousins. They also have Corey Kispert, who they drafted last year. And we are ready to go. We are at full strength for the playoffs. It's going to be White, Bridges, Tatum, Saric, and Embiid. Saric was a little bit better this year. Still not great, I would say, but honestly, for what we gave up, like Buddy Hield, and I mean, it was Ajax. It was a decent amount for him. I think we're going to go Gallo, which I didn't expect. I don't want to play Zubats and Noel coming off the bench. I can't trust Reeves. Yeah, so I think it's going to be Gallo getting 10 minutes a night. We'll go 15 to Maxey, or 14 to Maxey. We'll go about 14 to Noel. Tower Hero can get around 26 minutes a night. We'll go 38 to Embiid. Okay, that's a lot, but I didn't. All right. We'll go 35 to Bridges. We'll go 36 to White, and we'll go 27 to Saric. We're taking on the Kings. If we lose in round number 1, I'm going to hate myself for building this team, and we are going to sweep them. There we go. There we go, Embiid. Show up in the playoffs. 56 from Embiid and Tatum in round number 1. I mean, all 3 of these guys coming from the Atlantic Division, like Mikal, who played for technically the Sixers. Well, he never played for the Sixers, but was on them for like an hour. You have Mikal on the Nets and the Knicks. You have Tatum, Celtics, Embiid, 76ers, White, Celtics, Sarge, 76ers, Maxey, 76ers. Yeah, we're building kind of like the new Sixers over here. So we're taking on OKC, who have Russ still, Ingram, Mitch Rob, Prestige Achua. The spacing in this lineup is disgusting in a bad way. But they could beat us. Russ was the MVP, but we win the first 3, and we sweep them. We are 8-0 going to the conference finals, taking on the Pels. 57 combined between these two in the playoffs, and then Bridges dropped 20 in the second round. So you have Atlanta, who I'm scared. Ja, Jokic, Triple J trio, and then you have Detroit with Luka and D'Lo and Markkanen, okay, and Evan Mobley. Okay, that's a good team. And then we're taking on the Pels, who still have AD. They have, oh my god, I forgot about this guy from Syracuse. I forgot how to say his name. Wow, that's been a minute since I've seen that name. DeAndre Ayton and 80, and Bam, holy bigs. I mean, Ayton's at 93. Oh my god, okay, maybe they are going to beat us. They still have Larry Nance Jr. They win game 1 by 5. Stop it. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win. Game 4, thank God. Okay. Oh my God, we were up 3-1. Why? Why does this have to happen? Game 4, we won by 7. Then we lose by 16 in overtime. What? And then we lose by 5 in game 6. Please show up game 7 at home. If we blow a 3-1 lead, I'm going to be so upset. But we're good. We're going to blow them out. I guess we had to get here. We won by 32. Hero with 24 off the bench. Tatum with 37. Embiid, though. Not Tatum, Conference Finals MVP. Embiid and Jokic in the NBA Finals. Not Nuggets, 76ers, Lakers, Hawks now. This is essentially like the Lou Will series, so let's see what happens here. Lakers, Hawks. I was scared of the Hawks, and here we are. We end up beating them by 9 in Game 1. 68 from Tatum and Embiid. Game 2 goes to the Lakers. 40 for Tatum. Game 3, we lose. God damn it, by 3. That was the game, because they could win both of them at home here. Nope, we win. Okay, there we go. Don't blow a 3-1 lead this time around. Don't do this. I hate you guys so much. So much. We just lost the last 2 finals. Do not make me lose 3 in a row. Oh my God. What? How did games 5 and 6 go? We lost by 6, and then we lost by 11. All right, well, this is game 7. I don't even know how I want this to look. I guess I might as well just keep it the same. We went up 3-1 with this team. Don't blow game 7. Oh my God. Okay, we're tied 51 in the second here. I feel good, but I don't like that I feel good. And then that fourth quarter happens. Now I don't feel good. We're up by 1. Now we're down by 3. Holy we're down by 4 with 2 minutes to go. Come on. Oh, and my game is frozen. See, like, it's weird on PC. I'm gonna have to restart this. And it might restart the series, which is kind of annoying. All right, so let's see where it leads off. It might not even have saved the playoffs. Okay, so it didn't save the finals. I don't think I'll be hopping into a game today. So we're gonna go up 2-0. I assume the same thing is gonna happen. Yep. Are we gonna go up 3-0 or is it gonna go 2-1? Okay. Wow. Did I get bailed out? Well, we just lost Eric White. Did I just get bailed out by my... I just got bailed out by my game crashing. Am I a game crashing merchant? Because we were down by 4. Down by 4 in game number 7. There were 2 minutes to go. Probably a 70% chance, 60% chance we lose that game. Maybe higher. And my game crashes, as you guys saw, just black screen, wasn't going anywhere. And we just swept them. Am I a merchant? Am I a merchant? I guess I should have just forced it to game 7 again. So I don't know. Is there an asterisk on this title? Is this the new bubble ring for the Lakers? The game crashing? You gotta let me know. I feel like that's a good controversial way to go out. You can let me know what you guys think down below. I still hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a fun one, going through those terrible contracts, building through the draft, and making Jason Tatum maybe the next Kobe Bryant here in Los Angeles. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more error rebuilds, let me know down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.